What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and of course today we need to talk about the new red zones that came in, and we're going to start here with the versus peel-off, or versus, I guess, I don't want to use that word. I think that might be a problem. Anyway, we're going to do the new red zone number 1 of the DB saga, and this one's really interesting. So this is the team that I've actually been using for this. I would really kind of like to use a double of the Super Saiyan 3 that transforms into Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I think that'd be really good, but I haven't found a team that quite fits that bill. I really like this team, and I think this team will actually handle this pretty darn well. Now, let's kind of introduce the team here real quick. So number 1, we're running that new Gogeta that we got during the anniversary, as well as the Super Saiyan, it's actually Evo Blue and UI Goku, I believe, that we got during and of course it is. What am I thinking? That we got during the anniversary, as well as, once again, that Super Saiyan 3 Goku that transformed into the Super Saiyan 4. Then we've got Beast. I think everybody on that team makes complete sense. People completely understand why that is the thing. The two here in the end are the two that I think I most will have to justify, and that's UI Sign and MUI. Only reason these guys are here, they're going to be our slot 1 in this particular situation, because that peel-off unit is always going to attack with a super attack in slot 1. So basically they're there to dodge that attack. If they don't dodge that attack, we're going to be in a world of hurt. But I mean, they have so much dodge, it's highly unlikely that we're going to run into that problem. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Okay, so excellent. This is actually we have a problem. We have MUI and UI Sign on the same rotation. I'm going to rotate out UI Sign. What do we have on rotation 2? We have a revive on rotation 2. That's the nice thing about having the Gogeta unit there. So long as we don't basically I see it here. Okay. So I want to take as little damage as possible going into this. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that orb. Unfortunately, that is going to limit the amount of damage we do, but we're going to go ahead and grab all those green orbs, heal up all that damage we just took. Now, we've got a choice with Sign. We shouldn't take too much damage here, but we want to take a little bit. Is this going to be too much? I don't think it will be too much. It's a lot, but I think we'll be okay, because we're only going to get hit a few times there in the center, and we should only get hit for double-digit damage. So, of course, we dodge that. Excellent. He's going to dodge pretty much everything here. It's a really rare chance that he won't dodge. He didn't get his ult, so he might actually not produce... okay, well, 12 mil he got the crit, so that's very good. He's got a high crit chance, too. So... another 12 mil attack stat? Okay. 8 mil with a crit. Or actually, no, he did get his ult. Never mind. He got key, so that's good. Somehow I thought he was going to be lackluster. Okay, cool. These guys will be awesome. These guys are just fantastic. There we go. Now, they have a ton of health, and I do mean a ton of health, but we're going to chip away that little by little, and then once we get once we get the UI Sign on that rotation, we'll be in great shape. So, he's going to take double-digit damage like I predicted. Now, you're probably wondering how we're going to handle the next rotation, and I'll show you, because essentially we're going to kind of cheese the whole system. It'll make sense when we get there, but we are going to completely cheese the system. There we are. Okay. So we have Beast in slot 1, and I think that's a great place for him. I really want the heal, so I'm going to go ahead and rotate them off. I know that sucks, but honestly, they'd be great anywhere else, but I really need Beast slot 1 with the only exception that we will actually start rotating Beast out, which again, I know sucks, but we'll start rotating him out once we either A, use a revive, or B, get MUI on the on that rotation. So let's go ahead and feed Beast up. What can we do? We don't have enough colored orbs. You know what I'll do? I'll give him those. That we can't like lose everything here. We'll be down to 1 health. And we do have some heals back there. Yeah, so it'll give us a little tiny bit of healing. I don't know if it's enough. We'll probably still wind up having to use the revival, which I believe we do have. Is it not active yet? Doesn't look like it's active yet. This might go poorly, but I'm going to give it my best shot here. I really fear this is going to go very poorly. Okay. Now we know that Beast and we know that Gogeta are not going to take... they're not going to take damage. I mean, they are, but they're going to take like double digits here. I think, yeah. I think it's a pretty safe bet. I don't know about MUI. A perfect situation. Yeah, see, like I said, he's going to take double digits from their ult. A perfect situation. It's not an ult. It's a super tech, but whatever. I don't like using the other acronym. It's problematic. I think I said that before. But in a perfect situation here, we would have already had UI sign on this rotation, or the Super Saiyan 3. Either one of those would be fine. Let's see how this plays out. So, as I said, we're not doing phenomenal damage, but we will hit them over time with more and more and more. So, as I said, double digits there. I'm really worried this guy's not going to defend well enough, but we'll see. We can only play it by ear and see what happens. If we get dealt with, we have to deal with it. Okay, you know what? We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Perfect. Excellent. All right, now we have Super Saiyan 3. Now, we don't necessarily want the Super Saiyan 3 unit on rotation all the time, but he's going to save our butts right here, and he's going to give us a quickie heal. So we're going to go ahead... You know, and the funny part is I can absorb a lot of damage by going ahead and using up all of those. We're down to 1 health, and we can even absorb all of that. We're back down to 1 health, and then we can transform. I think that's the better bet here. There we go. So, and we can absorb as much damage as we want here because we're just not going to take any. So, I'm going to eat that. I think that'll be okay. And then, of course, we're going to do that. Followed by... I think that will probably be the best bet. There we go. Now, I'm not really here for the damage. I'm here for the tanking. He's going to eat all this, and we won't take any damage at all. Then after this turn, he's going to transform. We'll get some health back, and then we can go into the next one. Now, what's really nice is that leaves the revive available on the next turn, and we have UI sign on the next turn. We had a really bad first rotation. I'd almost rather have this rotation 1 and then rely on the revive after this, but the nice part is that the Golden Ozaru produces just enough damage here to make this whole rotation worthwhile. Plus, as I said, we get the heal on the backside of this. It's all super worth it. Now, unfortunately, mine are all 55%, so they probably have a lot more in the tank once we 100% them, but I just got really unlucky during my 10th anniversary summons, so that be what it be. There we go. Excellent. All right. So, now we're back in it. And... we've got choices to make here. So we're kind of back to the debacle we had before. We did absorb a lot of damage. We made a lot of damage, but this arrangement does not bode well whatsoever. I think we're gonna have to eat our revive here, because look at how much is actually out there. All right, that'll at least give us a U Super with Goku, and to heal almost all the damage he took. Let's do that. We're going to be down to 1 health again, but we've got to revive worst comes to worst. I honestly will probably heal a little bit, actually. Yeah, so we did heal a little bit there because we can't take any more damage. We actually got the healing. So I think that the gamble worked out. Now, once again, all this wouldn't have been nearly as much of a problem if we had UI Sign and MUI on the front, just dodging everything. You don't have to necessarily use those 2 units. They're just, for me, the units that I choose to use, just because the post-EZA, they have everything we need for this. So, just all across the board, good units, and units that a lot of people are going to have access to unless you just recently re-rolled or something. Or started the game recently. There we are. Yep. Just nothing matters to him. I love that. Now, unfortunately, there is a possibility that some of you might take damage there. And if you do, that's why we have the Gogeta on each rotation, so that we have the revival and we're good. Now, probably next turn we're going to wind up using the rotation, or we're going to wind up using the revival. So at that point, I think we're going to wind up putting Beast back on rotation, and we're going to be rotating out the Gogetas, which is unfortunate, but that's just kind of the way this whole team is designed. Once you use a revival, you're back to having to rely on tanks. But once again, it is kind of a cheesy gimmick, but it gets the job done. And the nice part is UI Sign and MUI produce enough damage between the 2 of them to justify their existence on the team. Now, we've got Super Saiyan 4 here, who actually just suddenly became the, I won't say the MVP of the event, but he definitely is producing, you know, some great damage here. All right, so here we go. I'm willing to bet we're going to need the revival here. And if we don't need the revival here, we will... Ooh, we don't need the revival here, but we will probably use it next turn. So the nice part is we actually have... This worked out really well because we actually have... we have his active, and that's going to be really good. We already know that's going to take double-digit damage no matter what. So long as we don't take excess damage here, we're going to be okay. So I can do this. That's good. With Beast, I can do that. Take a little tiny bit of damage. As a little more than a little tiny bit. That's okay. And then we can heal with all of that. Fantastic. That worked out awesome. And we already know he's going to take nothing but double-digit damage here. So we're in the good. Now, we are reducing the amount of damage that that UI Sign is going to put out, but it's... I mean, let's face it. He's not here to do that. He's here basically as a means to an end. And that is just, you know, dodging everything. And once again, there are other units that can do this. You have other units out there like Beast that probably could tank every hit that's being produced for double-digit damage. But this was the team I decided to put together. This was the team that I knew would probably 99% of the time. I don't even think 1 time out of 10 they're going to fail. I would say maybe 1 time out of 100 they'll fail. Excellent. Excellent. Here we go. Now, once again, I know I'm rotating them off now, but the honest answer here is they're going to be okay, and the main gimmick is that revival, so I think we're going to use that revival next turn. So I think his big caveat is going to be used up. So rotating him off, it sucks, but I think at the end of the day, it's a worthy investment into our end game here, because we are coming close to the end game. you know, it's about you know, calculating how much damage is a responsible, for lack of a better way to put it, amount of damage to take. You know, and how can we justify the amount of input we're getting? Because we could honestly just get a rotation of almost nothing but like Gogeta and somebody else at this point. So see, his revival's activated. We haven't even used it yet because we've been playing pretty smart, but I have a feeling we're going to wind up using it here. In fact, we could strategically use it. Let's go ahead and do his active skill. There we go. And we have both there. We might finish this up here. So let's launch his off. Okay. Now I'm gonna move. Okay, and he's gonna be fully targeted, which is okay with me. Once again, same thing UI does. And we have his revival, so that's fantastic. So then we'll go ahead and launch this off. You do want to put him in the center so that all of his links are like at max, but then we can rotate him back. Now we're fully healed, so I can justify taking a teeny tiny bit of damage there. I don't think we have a choice though. We're gonna take some real damage here. That is going to hurt. But you know what? He's going to take everything for double digits, and if worst case scenario, we have the revival. We're okay. We're fine. We don't want to force the revival. I'm going to do that only because I don't want to force that revival. I know, once again, that limits his damage, but it is what it is. Plus, being a strength unit, he's going to resist it. Well, it doesn't matter because he's not even going to take any hits. The main thing here is I don't want to drop so low in health that, you know, Gogeta winds up getting, Vegito winds up getting taken out. So there we go. Like I said, you know, you just got to play it smart. You got to, you know, work through all the caveats of this. But the main thing is knowing where that attack always happens in slot 1. So you basically have your dodger there for that. Number 2, we've got the double chance to revive. That's another great one. And I completely forgot that Vegito does the all target. So really, that one is shockingly simple. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. As always, like, comment, share, and hopefully you guys can build this team or something similar enough. Good luck to you. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments.